Let's turn to my other big story this evening. The deadline set by the Prime Minister has expired. That's the 50-day deadline where he said the demonetization process would not lead to a cash crunch. So India today, almost a fortnight later, has conducted a survey to assess the effect of demonetization on ATM machines. How are ATM machines doing when it comes to the cash crunch? Well, what it appears is Delhi is still the worst hit. Almost 70% of the ATMs are still struggling with cash, followed by Punjab with 67% ATMs with no cash. Take a look.
ज्यादा कम क्या पैसे तो मिलने चाहिए अब तो पैसे बहुत फेंक रहे हैं कहाँ हैं वो पैसे
सबसे बड़ी मार पड़ी है बिजनेसमैन को
3 ATMs are there inside but none of the ATMs are working.
Over 2 months since the government announced the note ban and the country is still limping back to financial stability. Queues have become shorter but there are areas still languishing with dry ATMs. India Today conducted a survey in different states to find out what the impact has been on the ground. The national capital remains the worst affected, with more than 70% ATMs still running dry.
Of the 100 cash points India Today reporters visited across the city, only 25 had people queuing up before them, simply because the rest were parched. Delhi's northeast district was the driest of all, with 90% of its ATMs unable to dispense cash.
100 का भी नहीं है 100 का भी होता तो काम हो जाता सिर्फ 2000 का नोट प्रॉपर्ली 2000 का नोट दिया जा रहा है
In poll-bound UP, India Today reporters observed that more than 45% of the ATMs had little or no cash.
We went for a reality check in 105 ATMs across Uttar Pradesh, western, central as well as eastern parts of Uttar Pradesh. The problem is very acute in the remote pockets of Uttar Pradesh, with over 53% of the ATMs reported completely dry.
India Today reporters examined 100 ATMs across Punjab, which is voting to elect a new state government next month.
In capital, Chandigarh, only 9 ATMs out of 23 ATMs surveyed could disburse rupees 4,500. Only 7 of them were filled with 2,000 rupees bills. In all, more than 30% ATMs in City Beautiful did not have cash.
हाँ पैसा है नहीं सर तो
पैसा नहीं है कब से नहीं है
ये तो कल परसों था कल नहीं था
In the south, the situation wasn't very different. As our reporters examined banks and ATMs, they found many of them to be closed.
None of the ATMs are working in the nearby area also. In the bank also the ATMs are not working.
Unfortunate scenarios, people even requiring checkbooks to be carried along with them every time they want to withdraw cash. Cashes are available only inside banks and most of the ATMs have an empty picture again.
Bureau Report, India Today.
Joining me now is Rituraj Sinha. He's President Cash Logistics Association of India, co-chairman of the FICCI Security Committee, also looking closely at the entire issue of ATMs. He's the man who we had a few weeks ago when first demonetization was announced to look at how ATM machines are going to be how the cash crunch is going to be avoided. We are seeing now, as per our survey, Rituraj, that particularly in Delhi there's still a problem. South India much better, Western India doing much better. But in North India, particularly Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, there is still a cash problem in ATMs. Why?
Well, to begin with, Rajdeep, I must share that in the first 10 days of January, the amount of cash allocation for the ATM network has gone up more than twice as compared to what it was at the fag end of December. That's one. Part B, the frequency of ATMs being loaded has also become more regular. And most importantly, the number of ATMs being loaded every single day is going to, it's almost near normal, if I can say that.
No, you're saying near normal. My producer is telling me in my ear, please tell Mr. Rituraj Sinha to come with me outside. I will show him ATMs that are still not working. 500 rupee notes in particular are still not available in several ATMs. Am I to understand that he has just simply gone to the wrong ATM? You're saying 90% of the situation is normal. Is that what you're telling me?
No. Let me say exactly what I meant. We are loading ATMs per day. Around 100,000 to 125,000 ATMs are being loaded per day, which is pretty much the same number which was being loaded, number of ATMs being loaded every day before 8th November. So in terms of frequency of replenishing ATMs, we are getting to a near normal situation. However, the number of people trying to draw money from ATMs, daily average before 8th November was 125 transactions per ATM on average. Now that number is significantly higher. So ATMs are being topped up and they are running dry because people are drawing cash, oftentimes with more than one card per person.
Are you saying the original problem of recalibration is over? Because the recalibration problem arose because the notes were of different sizes, particularly the 500 rupee note vis-a-vis previous note, the 2000 rupee note vis-a-vis the previous 1000 rupee note. Are you saying the recalibration problem is over? It's now only a problem of replenishing the ATMs because the demand is greater?
Rajdeep, the Reserve Bank of India ATM Task Force completed the recalibration of ATM exercise between 16th of November and the 10th of December.
So that's over.
That exercise is completed. Now it is simply about refilling ATMs fast enough to meet the excess load factor in terms of people arriving at ATMs to draw money. And I'm again saying, oftentimes you are witnessing, and as people would report on the street as well, that people are coming to ATMs with more than one card. So as a result of which, fewer people are drawing more money and the ATMs tend to run dry after a few hours of usage.
But the number of ATMs in this country compared to the demand is clearly there's a mismatch. Either you need more ATM machines or you need them to be replenished faster. Somewhere there is a mismatch. Someone has just sent me a tweet, watching your ATM not working story. I'm in Kutch. There are queues outside many ATMs, huge queues outside the SBI in Adipur. So there are parts of the country where there is still a problem. No. Why not accept that?
No, I think there is no denying it. There are queues still outside ATMs. Cash supply is not normal as we would like it to be. But the fact is, Rajdeep, that compared to 10 days back, situation is significantly better. Lines are shorter. And if the same trend is to be maintained and the Reserve Bank and the banking sector is continuing to allocate cash to ATM network as they are doing today, I think things will stabilize and become near normal in the next 7 to 10 days for sure.
I will still persist in asking you, is there a particular problem in North India and Eastern India compared to West and South? Because because perhaps there are more ATM machines in cities like Bengaluru or Mumbai, or is it because simply the banking system there has been more effective, the distribution has been more effective? Why do I get lesser complaints from Chennai, Bengaluru, Mumbai compared to the complaints I'm getting from Delhi and North India?
Look, I can tell you that at least in Delhi, the ATM supply is running out because ATMs are lasting only 4 to 5 hours once they are topped up. Because, the queues, as the ATM gets topped up, people start queuing up. And then within a matter of 3 to 4 hours, the money runs out because the drawing...
So you're saying the drawing in Delhi perhaps is much greater than some of the other cities?
That's one. And number two, to address that, what we are doing, to address that, the banks have already advised us to increase the amount of money loaded into ATMs in such high dispensing areas in order to ensure that the ATMs last more hours per top up. So we are increasing the amount of money per loading in places like Delhi.
Okay. You're giving us a sense perhaps that things will get better rather than getting any worse. You believe that the worst is over, right?
For sure the worst is over. And I can assure you that even the 500 supply is far better than it was. And we believe that in the next 7 to 10 days, things should be near normal.
Okay, near normal is the word being used by someone who is one of the key persons looking at the entire cash issue when it comes to ATM. Rituraj Sinha, appreciate your joining us and giving us your perspective.